Sonic X Shadow Generations is doing almost everything right. After seeing the trailer yesterday during Summer Game Fest, I was actually quite surprised. Even though we had that leak and I had covered it, there was still a lot more stuff that I just did not see about the game or that we did not know. For example, we didn't know about the hub world, we didn't know what context the wings were even in, but it seems like it's actually a gameplay mechanic based off screenshots. There's new Chow content, a Terrio skin, which if you don't know what that is, that was the original Shadow design before they came up with the final Shadow design. And honestly, that's a really crazy deep cut that Sega just brought out for this. The game's also only $50, and of course the deluxe edition is $60. Rail Canyon from Sonic Heroes, Kingdom Valley, Final Chase or Rush, all of these levels are in the game, and that's crazy. There's even a hub world now too, and apparently they took elements from Frontiers to make that hub world. And also the music remix in the trailer was great. The voice acting for the little bit we heard it was pretty great. Everything just looks good about this game, and it's doing a lot right for me. And honestly, I'm not some shill. If something I don't like is there, I talk about it. I've done that, honestly, the last few videos I've talked about things I just don't like. So I'm not afraid to say that, but this I do like. And this is probably going to be a hot take, and this might be a crazy take that people might try to, get on me for, but this game, I'm not going to lie, if it plays like Sonic Forces, or if it's just kind of mid and it plays like Cyberspace, I'm going to be honest, I don't think I'm going to care. I mean, I'm hoping more Cyberspace and Sonic Forces. Cyberspace feels a lot better than Forces, but still not great. But regardless, this game is doing everything else right for me, to the point where, honestly, I don't care if the game's not that great because I like everything else. Now, if the game plays mid, then yeah, I'll call it mid, but it feels like the kind of game I can't really be mad at. And it's not even because of my expectations low, there's just other things to compensate so far for what I don't like. That's how I personally feel about Sonic and the Black Knight and Sonic and the Secret Rings, especially Secret Rings. The game sucks to play, but honestly, a lot about it is very cool. I even like the skill system in that game, and I've emulated it before with a controller and I felt a lot better, and the skills and having Sonic max out at level 99 is so much fun. But that's the thing about that game, despite it playing really bad, I still think there's so much cool stuff I can't just throw that game away and call it complete trash. And that's how I'm feeling about this. It's got the right vibes, the tones, the looks, and look at this screenshot right here. My boy Shadow, he looks so much similar now to SA2 Shadow, but just in modern day. They're just doing stuff that I like. In a lot of other areas of Sonic, they're just doing stuff that's making me feel way too old to be into the franchise. But then when they drop stuff like this, that's cool. I'm like, okay, yo, this is fire. The cool stuff just reminds me why I like Sonic. And this could very much well end up being bad in all of those departments, but just from what I'm seeing right now currently, I'm pretty pleased with the way it looks. It feels good for the adventure era stuff to get stuff finally in modern day games. I love classic Sonic, don't get me wrong, but that stuff is way too overdone. We have not seen some of these things in dang near 20 years. For example, Kingdom Valley, that is crazy. I'm not a Sonic 06 lover, but I do think Kingdom Valley is one of the best Sonic levels, period. I'm a Project 06 lover though, play that instead. Same thing with Sonic Heroes. I'm not a Sonic Heroes lover, I do like it, but I do love Rail Canyon and Bullet Station. Those are both cool levels, and guess what? They're back. I don't think we've ever seen this stage remade before. And yeah, call it nostalgia pandering, but that's not necessarily the issue. Nostalgia pandering within itself is not to be a negative connotation for everything. It only becomes one, in my opinion, when you overdo nostalgia pandering. When people have been waiting to see certain things come back, that's a little different. I wanted to see stuff like this. But yeah, like I said, this game could kind of be mid, could play like Cyberspace. Honestly, I probably won't care. What I will care more about, honestly, is if they somehow mess up the Generations remaster and the game is buggy or doesn't run right or isn't good on PC, aka no frame rate cap unlock, which doesn't matter for everybody, but I have a 360 hertz monitor. I want to see Sonic Generations in 360 hertz or 120 or whatever. Not against 60 FPS, but when you have something more powerful and that can handle it, and the fact that it's locked, it kind of feels like you're holding back the equipment that you purchased. but it's not as big of a deal. It's more of a nitpick. Plus these days we have frame generation with programs like lossless scaling where you can double the frame rate of any game, but there are some downsides to that, of course, but it's not that big of a deal. Now what is a big deal is, why does Japan always get the cooler things? Look at the box art for the Japanese version of Sonic X Shadow Generations, and then look at the box art of ours and the rest of the worlds. They got Sonic and Shadow mirroring the SA2 logo, which is also now the Sonic Movie 3 logo, with Sonic up top and then Shadow on the bottom flipped upside down, and it's mirroring the logo. That's so cool. And they got new renders too. And they get a statue. But hey, I'm cool with Terios. I'll take Terios over the statue. But yeah, guys, this is just pretty fire so far. I am I'm pretty excited for October. We get Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and we get this game back to back in October, so that's going to be a pretty fun month. So if you guys enjoyed this trailer and you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here to hear more of my thoughts about Sonic and news and whatever gameplay, anything. But I'll see you guys in the next one.
Well, whatever happens, happens.